Alright, this is Calabos, and we are playing Minecraft, and this is Skybees. So I'm playing around with the design here. And you can see that I have replaced the marble with glass, and I have added this sticky piston and that. So the reason I have added this sticky piston, redstone transmitter, gonna fancy thing, lever, boom, off switch, right? How's that for cool? Pretty simple. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to have a chest. Just go ahead and we'll grab this gold chest because it doesn't super matter what it is. Let's grab a drawer controller. Drawer controller. Oh, I already had one. Okay. What I'd kind of like to do is we'll pick these up. That up. And we'll go. I'm not. Will it actually dump it straight into a drawer controller? I have no idea. Actually, so I know, I'm bizarre, weird, fancy, whatever you want to say. Something. Did it just put it straight in? I think it is. Yeah, so now it's putting it straight in. So we're not going to have to worry about floating blocks. And so one of the problems I was having was it just wasn't picking up all of the stuff because the drawers were full. Now, you'll notice that this has a max redstone upgrade and it has a power of 15. So we will fix the fact that we have a giant mob spawner down here. That is not a torch. Giant mob spawner. Let's cruise back to the top. Do I have a dirt on me? Let's get a void upgrade, I guess. That should already have a void upgrade. Okay. So let's grab a dirt. Doesn't hurt to have dirt. That. Rid of that. So one of the things that happened was I discovered that whatever the intentions of the RF Tools dev, like I could not change this channel from 1 to 2 without having A2 available. And so I used the RF Tools button thing and used that to force a change, and it was the only way that I could get it to do it. Although I suppose it is entirely possible that I could do it a different way with like something. I don't know. But I ended up having to use the button because I couldn't get it to change channels any other way. But here's the deal. So we'll need a repeater. Want a lever bar. That is not a lever. That is a lever. Then we want a comparator. Power 15, blah, 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 blah. And we can test this by going, hey, look, guys, power 15. But we take out a single block, or two apparently, since I can't, you know, not do it. The power coming off of this is 0. This is important because we can just go ahead and take a transmitter. We can go God. Channel 2. So now, theoretically, let's kill this. Theoretically, when we put in a second thing, it shuts it off. So now, what will happen is our sand thing will shut off when this is full. Take out a stack, turns on, starts up, put the stack back in, it turns off. Weird, right? There were other ways that I could do it. But I kind of thought that this would be an interesting way of doing it because, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could just run redstone around and do this mostly vanilla without the RF tools transmitter. So this is kind of why I decided to do that. And you don't necessarily need to have an oak drawers with the power transmitter thing. You can actually just, if you have a, if you are just outputting them in there, then a comparator will tell you relative amount. And then relative amount with the repeater on the side will say when the chest is full. So we don't, you know, we can do it without that if we really wanted to. It's just a matter of, like, I think you put it in subtract mode. Let's try it really quick. Nope. I know there's a way to do it. I just don't know what it is off the top of my head. So, this is done. Like, automated, whatever. And so the reason that we had that is I want to be able to go... What? Okay. This, we'll take a level emitter, not a level emitter, what am I thinking? An external storage. Pop the external storage here. A little bit of cabling. Voila. So now, when we look in the system, so we have the regular aquamarine, and then we have the aquamarine shale. And this gives us access to sand. So we don't have to move sand around anymore. We'll always have a ton of sand. So let's look at aquamarines. So to craft the aquamarine, we can just smelt it. If we put it in the blast furnace, we get 3. If we put it... Okay, well, sure. Hemp. So we're still doing hemp things over here. If we look at the number of processors, we are now up to 6,002 categories. So one of the things that I will do is I'm just going to let it process. It's going to sit around and just let stuff catch up to see if we can get our processors up to the full amount. I did widen all of this so that I don't like mysteriously die later. I don't know why I'm walking. I guess it's fun. I don't know. Shout out to Ego who made me think about doing this, by the way. That's Wimping Ego. He's on Twitch. He's also got a YouTube channel, but I don't think he's done anything with it in forever. He mostly does Twitch. He spent like half an hour hassling with it to do basically that. Aquamarine, we'll just say to do this. Then we'll come up here to where the smelter thing is. I think this is, yeah, this one is. So we'll need a new crafter. I still love the fact that we can make crafters at will. It still takes a second because we have to wait for the immersive engineering thing, but it's better than not, right? Alright, so now we'll put this recipe in. And so now whenever we need aquamarine, we can do aquamarine stuff. So one of the other things that I did behind the scenes was what it's called? Mob capture tools. So, mob imprisonment tools. So I went ahead and I made a recipe for this. This is not hard. We have had this stuff for a while. It's basically plastic and a gas tier. And since we have the gas B, as far as gas tiers, we have 451, and we probably will never run out. So that's pretty fancy. You'll notice that all of the animals are basically like in their own little thing now. So I organized them with the imprisonment tool as well. And that's rabbits, because rabbits are jerks and they can leap over the thing. So I am feeling confident that at some point in the not too distant future, when we have caught up with things, we're going to try for a couple more of the animals. So, like, I've got the turtle in here, so now we can breed turtles. I've got a witch in there. I've got a creeper in there. I've got a zombie. I've got a skeleton. What was it? Rabbit. So I moved all the rabbits in there. We're going to be able to breed them, but I'd like to be able to generate rabbit's feet. So we'll figure that out. And this came up because I wanted to make a rancher. So I'm not convinced that we're only going to need one. I'm going to go ahead and set up a recipe. So what the rancher is supposed to do, I believe, And by the way, yes, we are still waiting on ink. I mean, I have adjusted the thing. I can spot it from the side. So we have all of that spawning area for squids, and it's still not spawning. I'm getting like tons of cod though. Um, so I don't know. Whatever. Enchanted golden apple. Make a diamond apple. That's fun. Can't make those. Can't make that. Go not yet. Okay, so rabbit. Let's see if we can rabbit, I guess. We'll have to work on that. Either way. Rancher. What do we need? We need shears and a pity machine frame. I pity the machine frame. Pity machine frame, which we are going to have to do on the runic altar. So I can automate it, the runic altar. It's just irritating. So one of the cool things about the runic altar is that when it is done crafting, it will happily put out a redstone signal. Um, so one of the things that we could do is we could set up an open crate to drop things off. Um, so for example, runic altar. So it would be a matter of let's kind of mock it up and then we'll figure out what we want to do with it. So kind of an open crate. Living wood. Open crate. So you'd have this slab and crate. Um, and so anything that you dropped into the living crate, so assume that we had a hopper or something. wouldn't actually use a hopper for it, but assuming that we were using a hopper. So anything that we popped in here would immediately drop onto the thing. So that's super helpful. Um, then when this is done crafting, we could do another hopper. Um, yeah, automating Botania is just kind of annoying. It's one of the things that really irks me about Botania is how annoying it is. So then we could go living. I mean, I'd like that to go straight up, but I don't know that it does. I don't know. I'll have to look at setups for automating this, but basically what we would do is we'd input on one side with all of our stuff. It drops it onto the altar, and when the altar is done, it pulses, and the pulse would set up a thing like we could do a, it's not a dropper, it's a dispenser. So we could set up a dispenser here to dispense a living stone onto it. And then once you drop a living stone on it, it spits the regular thing out, and boom, you have it. You could just pick it up off the ground with a variety of things. So that's kind of what we're gonna do. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that this puts out a pulse when it's done. So we'd need a pulse or maybe a timer. Yeah, so I have a couple ideas, and I guess we're getting pretty close to the end of the episode, so we'll not are we not converting? So we'll call it here, actually end the episode on time. And then I will work out what we're doing in the next episode. Oh, I've got particles turned off because I'm trying to control how much hassle we have with stuff. So yeah, hope you liked the episode. If you did, leave me a like. If you didn't, don't. Questions, comments, concerns, they all go below. And you folks have a great night.